single millionaire dad saw a black soldier at bus stop, "You're coming with me." Took her home. The sun was setting over the skyline of Neo-Chicago, casting long, molten shadows across the city's glass and steel sprawl. Cars hummed along skyways suspended dozens of feet above ground level, while pedestrians hustled below, each absorbed in their own world. In the midst of the chaos, a solitary bus came to a stop, and its doors hissed open with a mechanical precision that had become routine in the year 2145. Jackson Hale, a single millionaire and tech entrepreneur, was late as usual. The sleek black sedan he drove glinted in the fading light, a gift to himself after his company's recent breakthrough in quantum energy storage. Despite his success, Jackson's life was lonely. His daughter, Lila, had been away at boarding school for nearly a year, and his interactions were limited to business meetings and virtual calls. He missed her terribly, but the demands of running Hale Dynamics left little room for family. He was scanning the bus stop as he slowed to the stoplight when he saw her, a young black woman, dressed in the uniform of the United Earth Defense Force, her posture impeccable, eyes sharp, alert, almost as if she were scanning the crowd for threats. Jackson had an instinctive pull toward people like her, strong, capable, and disciplined. Something about the intensity in her gaze made him pause. "You're coming with me," he said aloud, though he barely knew her. The woman looked up, startled, and for a moment, Jackson wondered if he had imagined speaking. But her eyes narrowed, curious, not afraid. What?" she asked. "I said, 'You're coming with me,'" Jackson repeated, this time with more authority. He held up a sleek comm device. "I need your skills. It's urgent." The woman blinked, processing. Her uniform insignia indicated rank, Lieutenant Arya Young, but the civilian setting suggested she was off-duty. "Sir, I don't know you. I have orders, responsibilities." "I'm Jackson Hale," he interrupted smoothly, "and I can guarantee you that if you get in this car, your life and your career will change forever. There's a situation, classified, that requires your expertise." Arya hesitated. She studied him carefully. There was something about the calm certainty in his tone, the quiet strength behind his presence, that spoke to a different kind of power than the military command she was used to. Against her better judgment, she nodded. "Fine," she said. "I'm coming, but I need details once we're secure." Jackson smiled. "Of course, you'll get them. But first," he gestured to his car. The drive to Jackson's penthouse was quiet. Arya sat rigidly, scanning the streets as if threats might appear at any moment. Jackson, sensing her tension, tried small talk. "You must get tired of the system sometimes," he said casually. Arya's gaze didn't leave the window. "Sometimes, but it's my duty. We protect what others can't, often at the cost of everything else. You'd be surprised how lonely that gets." Jackson nodded thoughtfully. He understood isolation more than most. "I know the feeling. I've spent most of my life building companies, breaking barriers, chasing dreams. And yet, the one thing I couldn't seem to engineer was a family life that worked." Arya glanced at him, a flicker of curiosity in her eyes. "You have a daughter?" "Yes," he admitted. "Lila. She's away at school. I haven't seen her in months, which is why I need someone like you. Someone who knows how to protect what matters, because, well, someone's targeting my family." Her eyes widened slightly. "Targeting your daughter?" Jackson nodded gravely. "It's complicated, but the threat is real, and I need someone I can trust. Someone capable of acting without hesitation." The elevator to the penthouse chimed as they ascended, and the city's lights spilled into the room like liquid stars. Arya's breath caught. The apartment was palatial, furnished with modernist elegance and a hint of sterile precision. Yet it had warmth, an odd contradiction she hadn't expected from a tech mogul. "Welcome home," Jackson said, opening the balcony doors. The wind carried the scent of ozone from the city's solar grids below. Arya set her bag down. "So, tell me everything," she demanded. Jackson handed her a tablet, and the screen lit up with holographic images, schematic to their residence, Lila's school, and a series of strange energy readings traced across the city. "Someone has developed a weapon," Jackson explained. "It's experimental, based on quantum entanglement. They're using it to destabilize key figures. People like me who can't be controlled. I have reason to believe they've been watching Lila. We need to move fast." Arya studied the holograms, her mind already racing. This is beyond a normal threat, she said. You need more than just security. You need counterintelligence, predictive modeling, and, if necessary, offensive containment. Jackson smiled. Exactly why I picked you. The next days were a blur. Arya transformed Jackson's penthouse into a strategic command center. Drones patrolled the perimeter. AI-driven predictive models scanned the city for anomalies. And Lila, unaware of the danger, was blissfully oblivious to the chaos unfolding behind the polished walls of her father's home. Arya worked tirelessly, training Jackson in defensive maneuvers and quick response strategies. But she also noticed something unexpected. Jackson wasn't just a brilliant businessman. He was compassionate, driven by principles that went beyond profit. He cared deeply about the people around him, and this care extended naturally to her. You're different from the others, she said one night as they reviewed citywide surveillance. Most people in your position, they only care about themselves. Jackson chuckled softly. Maybe I'm just a bad businessman. Or maybe I'm a good father who learned the hard way that wealth doesn't protect the people you love unless you're willing to fight for them. The bond between them deepened quickly. What began as professional necessity became personal trust. Arya admired Jackson's unwavering focus on Lila's safety. Jackson respected Arya's courage and competence, the kind that didn't waver under pressure. The attack came 2 nights later. A drone swarm, small but heavily armed, descended from the sky. The city's grid flickered as the swarm engaged their countermeasures. Arya led the defense, coordinating drones and deploying EMP pulses to neutralize hostile devices. Jackson remained calm, directing security teams and monitoring Lila's school remotely. We need to evacuate her now, he said, his voice calm but firm. Arya nodded. They executed a coordinated extraction. Lila, frightened but unharmed, was safely transported to a secure location within the penthouse compound. As the last hostile drone fell, Arya allowed herself a breath. That was close, she admitted, her pulse still racing. Jackson pulled her into a rare, brief embrace. Thanks to you, we're safe. And Lila, she'll be safe. Arya smiled, the tension of the past days easing. You did well, too, she said. Most people wouldn't have handled it without panicking. Jackson shook his head. I had a good teacher. In the following weeks, the threat was neutralized. Investigations revealed a shadowy organization attempting to leverage quantum weapons for profit and control. Hale Dynamics' influence, combined with Arya's military expertise, dismantled their operations before they could strike again. During the quiet aftermath, Jackson and Lila sat together on the balcony, watching the city's neon veins pulse in the night. Arya joined them, and for the first time, the 3 of them shared a moment free of danger. Thank you for keeping us safe, Jackson said, squeezing Arya's hand briefly. Arya smiled. I didn't do it alone, she replied. We made a good team. Lila looked up at Arya, admiration shining in her eyes. Can you stay for dinner? She asked shyly. Jackson chuckled. I think that can be arranged. As they ate together, the night sky stretched above them, endless and full of possibility. The city was alive, chaotic, but they had found a safe space within it. And in that moment, Jackson realized something profound. Family isn't just the people you're related to by blood. Sometimes it's the people you choose, the people who stand by you when the world threatens to fall apart. Arya, once a lone soldier, had found a new mission, not one of orders or discipline, but of care and trust. And Jackson, the lonely millionaire, had discovered that real wealth was measured not in credits or assets, but in the bonds forged through courage, loyalty, and love. The future was uncertain, as it always was. But for the first time in years, Jackson felt ready to face it. Not alone, but together. And so, in the heart of Neo-Chicago, against the backdrop of a city that never slept, a single millionaire dad, his daughter, and the soldier who had answered his call forged a new family. One built not on convenience, but on courage, trust, and the unshakable certainty that some bonds are worth fighting for, no matter the cost.